Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from our Boston Red Sox 1977 replay. This is going to be game number 16 of the season. The Red Sox are currently 9-6 after winning the first game of the series against the Brewers. This is going to be a game from the second game 2 of a two-game series from Wednesday, April 27th, 1977. As you can see here, the Red Sox were 7-8 in the actual season, so they're 2 games better than that in the actual season. Cleveland's definitely outperforming too, as you can see here. They were 4-10 and they're 8-6 in this replay so far. The biggest differences in the American League West there is I can see Oakland was 12-7 in the actual season, and they were 7-12 in the replay. Everybody else pretty normal. Minnesota's got exactly the same record, 12-7. Yeah, so pretty interesting there. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. Stat windows are open. We highly recommend that you close all stat windows before starting a league game. So what is open? No. Don't know what stat windows that is. Unless, hold on. Alright, I figured it out. I had a previous standings thing out there from when I checked it before. I never closed it. So that was it. So let's get it going now. That shouldn't come up now. There we go. Alrighty, so it's going to be Reggie Cleveland on the hill for the Red Sox against the Moose Haas for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, here at County Stadium, Milwaukee. The actual attendance for this game was only 10,646, so the Brewers did not draw big crowds, at least not for midweek games anyway right here. So alright, so let's take a look at the starting lineup. The pitching first for the Milwaukee Brewers. Moose Haas on the hill. Had a record of 1-2 so far in the replay with a 3.18 earned run average. He's pitched 17 innings, allowed 16 hits, walked 10, and struck out 9, so he has been a little wild. ERA, though, still respectable, 3.18, and has allowed 3 home runs. The actual season, he was 10-12 with a 4.33 earned run average. For the Red Sox, pretty standard lineup. They'll go with Rick Burleson, the shortstop. Will lead it off, followed by Denny Doyle at second, yesterday's hero. Jim Rice, I believe he was yesterday's hero. It's been a couple days since I recorded this, but I do remember him, I think, coming in and getting a pinch hit. That was very big in that game. Jim Rice, the DH, will bat third. Batting cleanup is the left fielder, captain Kyle Yastrzemski. George the Boomer Scott is the first baseman, hitting fifth. Colin Fisk behind the plate hits sixth. Dwight Evans in right bats seventh. Butch Hobson, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Rick Miller, the center fielder, bats ninth. So as you can see, still no Freddie Lynn. He's on the DL. I'm not sure how many games he did play this season, but he'll at least start off the first month anyway on the DL. We'll see when and if he returns, which I believe he did play somewhat, but just not the whole season, obviously. All right, so the defense behind Haas is going to be Wolford in left, Jim Wolford, Von Joshua in center, and Strat-o-Matic in right. The infield left to right is going to be Sal Bando, the third baseman, Robin Yount at short, Don Money is your second baseman, and Cecil Cooper at first. Behind the plate, again, Charlie Moore. All right, so that's your defense behind Haas. Haas has below average range and has a +2 hold rating. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. So Rick Burleson steps into the box. He's hitting .246 with 2 runs batted in. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to Money at second, over to Cooper, and Burleson is retired. So in the actual game, the Brew Crew won this game 4-2. So the Red Sox are 2 games ahead of their pace, as we saw in the standings. So if they can get a victory today, they'll increase that to 3 games ahead, which is always good. All right. So Denny Doyle up to the plate now. He comes in hitting .333 with 5 runs batted in 51 at-bats. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's off the 1 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Von Joshua's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox first. That'll bring up Jim Ed Rice. Rice comes in hitting .333 also with 5 homers, 15 runs batted in, has 5 doubles and 2 triples. So already has 12 extra base hits. Here's the pitch by Haas. It's going to be off the 6th column. And that's going to be a range check on Bando. Bando's at average range. And he's going to get to it and make the play. The Red Sox will go in order in the first. Alrighty, so ahead to the bottom of the first. Reggie Cleveland on the hill for the Red Sox. He comes in with a 2-0 record, but with a 5.03 earned run average. 20 innings pitched, 20 hits allowed, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, and has surrendered 5 long balls. In the actual season, he was 11-8 with 2 saves at a 4.26 earned run average. The lineup behind for the Milwaukee Brewers is going to be Von Joshua, the center fielder, will lead it off, followed by Robin Yount, the shortstop. Cecil Cooper, the former Red Sox, is the first baseman hitting third. Dan Thomas, who I believe had a pinch hit appearance in yesterday's game, is the DH today. Batting cleanup. That is Dan, right? Yep. Okay. Batting fifth is going to be the second baseman, Don Money. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, Sal Bando. Strat-o-Matic is the right fielder hitting seventh. The left fielder, Jim Wolford, will bat eighth, and behind the plate is Charlie Moore, batting ninth. Alrighty, the Red Sox defense, pretty standard. If you've been following any of these games, Yastrzemski in left, Miller in center, Evans in right. All excellent range and above average arms, especially Evans in right with a cannon. Hobson, Burleson, Doyle, and Scott are the infielders. With everybody except for Hobson, whose average range is above average there. And Fisk behind the plate, excellent range, and a -3 arm. Reggie Cleveland on the hill has a average range and a 0 hold rating. So excellent defense all around for the Red Sox. Hobson and Scott are going to play in on the grass for Von Joshua. He comes in hitting .321 with a homer and 5 runs batted in 53 at-bats. Cleveland looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit past Scott. Baltimore chop. So leadoff runner is on for the Brewers. That brings up Robin Yount, struggling so far in the season. Just 12 for 60 for a batting average of 200 with 5 runs batted in. Scott is holding on Von Joshua at first. Once again, the corners, actually, they're not holding him on. Looks like Hobson and Scott are into the grass. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be off the 2 column. And that's going to go for extra bases. That's going to be over the head of Miller. And let's see if they send Joshua. Let's see here. I think we're going to throw for the lead runner. We have above average arms, so let's do it. Throw's coming home, and Joshua will score. So just like that, the Brew Crew grab an early 1-0 lead on the double by Robin Yount. So Cecil Cooper up to bat now, the runner in scoring position. He comes in hitting .295 with a homer and 3 runs batted in 61 at-bats. Cleveland looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, and it's going to be a fly ball to center. Miller is there, makes the catch. Yount tags as Miller falls down. But Yount will hold, as he does hold on to the ball. Alrighty, 1 down now for Dan Thomas. I believe Dan Thomas, I'm not sure if he was the one, but I believe he might be the one that came in and hit that 3-run homer, I think. I know it couldn't have been him because he doesn't have a home run. So must have been one of the other pinch hitters, which we'll see here. Let me see if I can figure this out here. Oh, was it Steve Bry maybe? No. Might have been the McMullen here. Let's see here. Yep, that was him right there. So McMullen was the one who came in. So Dan Thomas did make a pinch hit appearance in yesterday's game, and I think came in to play the outfield. Anyway, all right, so 1 down, a runner in scoring position for Thomas. .214 average with 2 runs batted and 14 at-bats. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a range check on Scott. Scott has above average range. He'll get to it. Ooh, lots of errors there, though. And is able to take it to the bag himself as Yount moves to third, but now with 2 down. So Don Money up there now with hitting .278 with 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 6th column. It's going to be a range check on Doyle. See if the Red Sox can get out of it. And oh, no. And Doyle. And the ball went right through his leg. So he did a Bill Buckner there before the actual Bill Buckner took place. Alrighty, so that will score an unearned run there as Don Money reaches first on the error by Doyle. So 2-0 now Milwaukee. Money will be held on by Scott. Bando comes in hitting .294 with 4 runs batted in. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson handles it cleanly over to first. 6-3 on the putout. And that will do it for the Milwaukee in the first. So after 1 full, it's Milwaukee 2 and Boston nothing. So Haas back on the hill with a 2-run lead now. Red Sox will send up Yastrzemski, Scott, and Fisk. Yastrzemski hitting just .194 with a homer and 8 runs batted in as he continues to struggle early on in the season. And that's going to be a swing strikeout, as Yaz is down on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up George Scott, the boomer. He comes in having a great season so far, hitting .344 with 4 homers and 12 runs batted in. Here's a windup in the pitch by Haas. It's going to be a range check on Cooper. Cooper, average range. Gets to it. And we got a rare play. Let's see what happens. Nothing unusual there. As a flip it to Haas, covering 3-1 on the putout for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox second. Who brings up Carlton Fisk. Fisk hitting .365 with a homer and 6 runs batted in 52 at-bats. And he gets one in the wheelhouse. And Fisk is going to get a hold of one here. So as in the actual game, Fisk is going to hit a solo home run. Put the Red Sox on the board and have the Milwaukee lead now 2-1 Milwaukee. So it'll bring up Evans. Evans off to a good start, hitting .339 with 5 homers, 16 runs batted in. See if they can go back-to-back. Nope, doesn't look like it. 3 column. And that is going to be a ground ball to Bando. Over to Cooper, and they'll do it for the Red Sox. But the Red Sox get on the board on the solo homer by Fisk, and it's 2-1 after 1.5. So bottom third of the order for the Milwaukee Brewers against Cleveland here in the home half of the second. It'll be Lezcano, Wolford, and Moore. The right fielder comes in hitting .278 with 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Here's the pitch by Cleveland. And that's going to be a range check on Evans. He'll definitely be able to get to it. Ooh, thankfully. As it's a low roll and makes the catch. So, most right fielders would not have gotten to that, but Dwight Evans does with his 1 range. And we have 1 out in the Milwaukee second. Alrighty, Jim Wolford up to the plate now. He comes in hitting just .212 and 52 at-bats with 1 RBI. Here's the lineup in the pitch by Cleveland. And that's going to be a ground ball to Hobson at third. He handles it over to Scott. 2 up and 2 down. So the catcher Charlie Moore up there now. He's hitting .279 with 2 runs batted in. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Over to first, and the Brewers go in order in the second. So 2-1 Milwaukee as we head to the third. Hobson will lead it off for the Red Sox here in the third. He's been struggling a bit so far. He does have some good power numbers, but with 4 homers and 13 runs batted in, but comes in hitting just .203. And it's going to be off the 6 column. And he gets good wood on that one. It's going to go between Wolford and Joshua and go all the way to the wall. Joshua is able to get to it. Fires it in, but not before Hobson has himself a leadoff double. So running scoring position for Miller. Miller struggling mightily. Hitting just .195 with 6 runs batted in, 41 at-bats. Here's the windup in the pitch. And Miller continues to struggle. Nothing but air on that one. Trying to put the Red Sox ahead with the 1 swing of the bat, but comes up empty. So 1 down. Top of the order, Burleson. 0 for 1. Hobson gets his lead. Haas looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. Here's the delivery. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. On Joshua is there, though. And he'll make the catch. Hobson holds at second. So yesterday's hero, Denny Doe, up to the plate now. 0 for 1 on the day. Tying run in scoring position. And Doyle will come up empty. So that'll do it for the Red Sox in the third. So it remains 2-1 Milwaukee as we head to the bottom of the third. Hobson and Scott in on the grass for Vaughn Joshua. It's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans on the run. Dives, makes the catch. So great diving catch by Dwight Evans. Saves extra bases there. There's 1 down in the Milwaukee third. So yeah, 1 for 1 with a double. It's a ground ball to Doyle. 4-3 on the putout. And we have 2 down in the Milwaukee third. So that'll bring up Cooper, who's 0 for 1 on the day. And Cleveland will record his first strikeout. And I'll do it for Milwaukee in the third. So after 3 full, the Red Sox trail by 1. So Rice to lead it off for the Red Sox here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball to Bando. Across the diamond, over to Cooper. 1 down in the 4th. So that'll bring Yastrzemski, looking for his first hit of the day. It's going to be a range check on Yount above average range. Oh, this one's going to get through, it looks like. And Yaz will take any break he can get, as Yount isn't able to cut it off, and it comes bouncing into center field. So just out of the reach of Yount. Yastrzemski on first now. Cooper will hold him on. Yaz and Cooper are talking, as they know each other from earlier Red Sox teams of the mid-70s. Alrighty there. So George Scott up to the plate now. Yastrzemski gets his lead at first. Haas looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. This could be 2 over to second for him, back to first. That's a double play. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the top of the 4th. So Thomas lead it off for the Brew Crew. 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch by Cleveland. And he'll draw a walk. Let's take a look at some scores from around the league. Kansas City and Texas are scoreless. California leading Oakland 9-8 in a slugfest there. The White Sox lead the Tigers 3-0. Cleveland 1-0 over the Blue Jays. The Yankees and the Orioles tied at 2 in Baltimore. And Seattle over Minnesota 6-3. So Thomas reaches. And I'll bring up Don Money, who's 0 for 1. Scott will hold him on. And chance for the Red Sox to turn 2. Burleson over to Doyle for 1. Back to first. Double play. So bases empty now for Bando, who's 0 for 1. 6th column. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Miller gets to it. And makes the catch. And once again, the Brew Crew goes in order in the 4th. So out there 4 full, it's Milwaukee 2, Boston 1. Fisk homered back in the 2nd to put the Red Sox on the board. Now with 2 home runs on the season. And Fisk will be 2 for 2 now as he shoots a base hit back up the middle. Fisk will be held on by... No, it won't be held on, as Bando and Cooper are going to play in on the grass for Evans. Evans is going to swing away, though. And Evans is going to get underneath one. He'll pop it up to Yount at short. And that'll do it for him. So 1 down now. Runner on first for Hobson. Doubled his first time up. And that one's going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Haas. And they're going to charge a wild pitch to Haas as Fisk moves into scoring position. So Hobson with an RBI opportunity now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be shot past dive of Bando. And we're going to... Yeah, Wolford with a weak arm in left. Fisk rounds third. He's going to head home. And he'll score. So Hobson with an RBI single. And the Red Sox tie the game at 2. So that wild pitch proved costly as it put the runner in scoring position. So Hobson at first now for Miller. Miller 0 for 1 on the day. And I think we're going to have Miller, even though there's 1 out, I'm going to have him try to bunt for a hit. So Hobson being held on at first by Cooper. Miller sees that and squares around to bunt at the last second. Whoops the bat around. Plays a great bunt. They're going to go to second. No. Runner's going to second. And Miller beats it out. So Miller with a definitely was not sacrificing in that one. Bunted for a hit and is successful. So runners on first and second now with the one down for Burleson. Red Sox got something going here. They've already tied it up on the RBI single by Hobson. Chance to take the lead here. Haas looks in for the sign. Shakes him off. Finally finds the sign he likes. Nods his head. Looks at the runners. Kicks and delivers to Burleson. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Oh, and that one's going to get past Yount. And let's see if they send Hobson or if... No, Hobson had to make sure that ball got through. So he couldn't advance that far, so he'll make it to third, station to station. And that'll load the bases with a one down for Denny Doyle. 0 for 2 on the day. Corners are going to play in. Trying to keep this a 2-2 game. Here's the pitch to Doyle. And that's going to be a liner to Money. As the runners dive back to their respective bases. So 2-2 now, so it's up to Rice if the inning is to continue. Rice looking for his first hit of the day. Here's the pitch by Haas. Range check on Money. Money with a 4 range. Oh, and that's going to get past Money. That'll score 1, probably 2, as Miller with good speed was off on contact there with 2 down. Nope, they're going to hold Miller at third as it doesn't go that far past him. He's able to get to it and come up firing home. So it's a good play to leave to hold him at third. But the Red Sox do take the lead on the RBI single by Jim Rice. So 3-2 now. Yastrzemski 1 for 2 on the day. This would be a good time to get out of his slump here. Here's the windup in a pitch he had. He's going to get one in the wheelhouse. Oh no! And yes, that's going to go deep, 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 and that's going to be just missed the home run. It's going to go off the wall. And that should score at least 2. That's going to score 3. So Yaz has a bases clearing double, just what he needed. Just missed the home run by inches. And the Red Sox now take a 6-2 lead as they put up a 5 spot. Highlighted by the 3-run double by the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. That's got to feel good. Just narrowly missing that home run. 1-19 would have been a home run on that split roll, and he gets a 20. Anyway, George Scott up to the plate now, 0 for 2 on the day. And it looks like that's going to be it for Haas. They're going to send Bob McClure to the hill. McClure comes in with a 1-0 record. 3.60 earned run average, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed. No walks, 2 strikeouts. On the actual season, he was 2-1 with 6 saves and a 252 earned run average. So the Red Sox chase Haas from the game here in the top of the 5th. He's given up six runs and is responsible for Yastrzemski at second. So the lefty looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers to Scott. And Scott strikes out swinging. But the Red Sox put up a 5 spot, and it's 6-2 now after halfway through. So bottom third of the order against Cleveland now with a 4-earned lead. Lascano, Wolford, and Moore. Here's the pitch by Cleveland. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Yastrzemski going back on the warning track. And makes the catch. So Yastrzemski, who had a 3-run double last inning, Makes a nice catch here to start the bottom of the 5th. So Wolford 0 for 1. That's going to be a ground ball to short after the foul ball. Ground ball to short. Burleson to Scott on the putout. So 2 up and 2 down, the Milwaukee 5th. Brings up Charlie Morrow for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there, though. He'll make the catch. And once again, the Brewers go in order. So Cleveland seems to have settled down quite a bit since giving up 2 runs in the first. Only one of them earned. So the Red Sox will send up Fisk, Evans, and Hobson against McClure for his second inning of work. Fisk 2 for 2 with a solo homer. And it's a ground ball back to the box. McClure up with it. Over to Cooper. 1-3 on the putout. As Fisk is retired for the first time today. So Evans 0 for 2 up to the plate now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball to Von Joshua at center. Von Joshua with average range. And that's going to get in there. So the Red Sox finding all the holes today. And Evans will get his first hit of the day. So 1 down and 1 on for Butch Hobson. Also 2 for 2 on the day. Just like Fisk was. With a double. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. Loscano there makes the catch. So 2 down with 1 on in the Red Sox 6th. It'd be Rick Miller. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Had an infield single on a bunt last time he was up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to the opposite field. Wolford there. He'll make the catch that inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. And we'll head to the home half of the 6th with the Red Sox with a 6-2 lead. So Cleveland up to 76 pitches through 5 will come out for the 6th. He'll face Von Joshua to lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he gets one he can handle here. Drills it to deep center. And stretches it. Thought he had wanted to go to third, but decides to hold up. And it's good he did as Miller gets the ball in quickly. So a leadoff double for Von Joshua. Brings up Robin out, 1 for 2 with a double. And this one's going to get over the head. This one is going to be a no-doubter. It's going to be a no-doubt triple for Robin out. And that'll close the gap to 6-3 now. So there is some stirring in the Red Sox pen as Bill Campbell starts loosening up. So Cecil Cooper up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Still nobody out. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's going to be a base hit up the middle. Yount will trot home. It's now a 2-run Red Sox lead. As it's Milwaukee has plated 2 so far. Still nobody out with Cooper at first. So it looks like Cleveland will face Thomas here. Actually, will he? No, it looks like... Yep. Not yet. So Zimmer decides not to come up yet. Lets him face at least one more batter. So Thomas 0 for 1 with a walk. Ooh, and this might be one batter too many. Oh, thankfully it's just a walk. But that'll be it. As Zimmer comes running out of the dugout now, wishing he had pulled Cleveland a batter earlier, although could have been a lot worse with a lot of home run power on that, and extra base hit power on that list, on that split there. So that will be it for Cleveland, and it looks like, where is he? Bill Campbell is going to come in there. Alrighty, so Cleveland goes 5+ innings, allowing 4 runs, responsible for both runners on. You can win it, you cannot lose it. So he's counting on Campbell to try to get him out of this jam here. So Campbell comes in with 3 saves on the season, no record, but with a 2.31 earned run average. 12 innings pitched, just 5 hits allowed, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. So Money up to the plate now. Money 0 for 2 on the day. Soup looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch. And he's going to get what he wanted here. Ground ball to Burleson. 2nd for 1. Back to first. Double play as Cooper moves to third, but now with 2 down. So that'll bring up Brando 0 for 2. And Campbell gets a strikeout swinging. So Campbell works out of the jam that Cleveland started, and it remains a 6-4 Boston lead. Reggie Cleveland very appreciative of that in the dugout, clapping for Soup, who just came in. So, all right, Rick Burleson up to the plate now. Now a 6-4 game. McClure back out there. Burleson 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Burleson gets a hold of one here to right field. That's going to go down the line, past Lascano into the corner, and Burleson's going to have himself a leadoff double. So good start to the Red Sox 7th inning. Doyle 0 for 3 on the day. Lefty on lefty here. Here's the pitch to Doyle. And that's going to be a ground ball to Cooper. He's going to go to the second for 1. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He takes to the bag himself. I was thinking there was a runner on first, but there wasn't. It was on second. So Burleson will move to third now with 1 down, so it works just like a sacrifice. Infield's going to be in, trying to keep the Red Sox lead at 2. Rice 1 for 3 with an RBI. An RBI single his last time up. And Rice will draw the 1-out walk. So that puts runners at the corners for Yastrzemski, who's 2 for 3 with a 3-run double his last time up. Yastrzemski steps into the box against the lefty McClure. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball to left. Wolford with above average range. Oh my goodness, and Milwaukee continues to not get good rolls on their splits here. And that's going to be a double for you, another double for Yastrzemski as Burleson will come home. Let's see if they send Rice. And they're going to hold Rice at third. So run in now, 7-4. The Red Sox get 1 of the runs back so far. Infield playing in once again against Scott, who's 0 for 3 on the day. And it looks like they're going to intentionally put on Scott, respecting his power. And that's going to load the bases for Fisk. He's already 2 for 3 with a home run. Red Sox can blow this open with a home run here as they're going to bring in Bill Castro. Bill Castro comes in with a 6.43 earned run average in 7 innings pitched. No record, no saves. 11 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, and it's allowed 3 home runs. So just the type of pitcher the Red Sox want to see. Pitcher who has been struggling. He was 8-6 with a 13 saves and a 4.15 earned run average on the season. Castro with a below average range and a +1 hole rating. Here's the windup in the pitch to Fisk. That's going to be a ground ball to Bando. And he'll go home, get the lead run there. So 2 down now. Bases still loaded for Dwight Evans. 1 for 3 on the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Wolford going back, and he'll make the catch. Against the wall. Wow, so Evans made a bid for a grand salami there, but is denied. So 7th inning stretch time here at County Stadium. Red Sox with a 7-4 lead. Let's look at the trivia question. Okay, here it is. What St. Louis Cardinals batter needed at least 3 hits on the last day of the 1983 season to win the batting title? Alright, so what St. Louis Cardinals batter needed at least 3 hits on the final day of the 1983 season to win the batting title? Was Gary Templeton still with them, or was he already traded? Don't remember. I'm just going to guess Gary Templeton, although it probably isn't him. Ozzie Smith. Yeah, it was when he was... Lonnie Smith, sorry. Lonnie Smith. So Lonnie Smith had 2 hits his first 2 times up, but failed to get a hit on his last 2 times at bat. So he didn't win the title. So came that close, as Euchre would say. Just a bit outside. Alrighty. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. Campbell back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Red Sox lead now 3 as they get 1 back after Milwaukee scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So Lascano, Wolford, and Moore, the bottom third of the order against Campbell. Lascano 0 for 2 on the day. And this one's in Lascano's wheelhouse. But he'll hit a sharp grounder to Hobson. He's up with it over to first. 1 down in Milwaukee 7th. So corners are playing in on the grass against Wolford. Wolford 0 for 2. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Evans is there. 2 up and 2 down in Milwaukee 7th. Some more 0 for 2. Campbell looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here, and it looks like he's gonna. Fly ball to center. Miller's got it, and Milwaukee will go in the 7th quietly. So after 7 full, it's a 7-4 Boston lead. Hobson 2 for 3 with a double. Castro back out there again. Gets one in the wheelhouse. And that's going to split the gap. Hobson rounds 2nd, thinking 3. Slides into 3rd. Safe. So Hobson with a leadoff triple here in the top of the 8th. Red Sox looking to add to their 7-4 lead. Rick Miller up to the plate now. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Infield playing in, trying to cut off the run at home. That's going to be a line drive to money, as Hobson will hold that 3rd. So 1 down now for Rick Burleson, 2 for 4 with a double. Gets one he can handle. Drives this one into the gap. Hobson will trot home easily. Burleson will have himself an RBI double. So Burleson with his 2nd double of the day. Red Sox 14 hits on the day here in the 8th inning. Doyle hitless on the day. And that's going to be it for Castro, as Gary Bear is going to come in. Bear struggling mightily on the season so far with a 12.46 earned run average in 4 innings pitched. 9 hits allowed, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and has allowed a home run. No record and no saves. So Doyle steps into the box. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. Doyle gets a hit, and Burleson will come around to score the 9th Red Sox run. So the Red Sox lead now 5 as they continue to hammer away at Milwaukee pitching. So Doyle gets his lead at first. Cooper playing in back of him. Rice 1 for 3 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. This could be 2 over to second form, back to first. Double play, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. But they tack on 2 more runs, and it's a 9-4 game as we head to the home half of the 8th. So Campbell with a little bit more breathing room now. Juan Joshua 2 for 3 with a double will lead it off. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So that'll bring up Yount. He's 2 for 3 with a triple. Scott playing in back of Joshua with a 5-run lead. And that's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back singles to open up the Milwaukee 8th. Brings up Cecil Cooper 1 for 3 with an RBI. Campbell looks in for the sign. He has a delivery. And strikes him out on the sinker. Almost a wild pitch there. But Fisk able to knock it down and keep the runners at first and second. So 1 down now. Dan Thomas 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounds the ball to Doyle. Range check on Doyle. 2 range. He'll get to it. Over to second form, back to first. And they turn the 4-6-3 double play. And that'll do it for Milwaukee in the 8th. So Milwaukee threatens but does not score. And it remains a 5-run Boston lead as we head to the 9th. Bear will come back on the hill. Yastrzemski having a great day. 3 for 4 with a pair of doubles. Gets another one he can handle here. And this time, hits one to right center field, and this one is going to be over the wall. No wall scrapers this time, as that was a no-doubter there. And Yastrzemski with 4 hits on the day. 4 for 5 now. Puts the Red Sox in the double digits now, 10-4. So Yastrzemski breaking out of his slump in a mighty way today. So that'll bring up George Scott, still looking for his first hit. Has walked once. And he'll ground one to Yount. Over to Cooper. And there's 1 gone in the Red Sox 9th. So Fisk 2 for 4 with a solo homer. Draws the 1-out walk. Evans 1 for 4 on the day. Make that 2 for 5. As Fisk will round second and hold there. So that'll bring up Hobson. Hobson also having a great day. 3 for 4 with a triple. And that's going to be it for Bear. As Rodriguez is going to come in now. So Rodriguez, 1-1 with a save with a 1.80 earned average and 10 innings pitched. Has allowed 8 hits. 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Coming in the pitch now for the Brew Crew. Here's the pitch to Hobson. Hobson gets one in the wheelhouse. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. They're going to hold Fisk at third. And that's going to load the bases with just 1 down. So corners are going to play in. For Rick Miller, 1 for 4. Miller hard to double up. Is the windup in the pitch to Miller. And that's going to be a ground ball to Money. He's going to fire home. Nope, he decides to go to Cooper. So that will score a run. And it's now a 11-4 game. So runs on second and third with 2 down now. For Burleson, 3 for 5 with a pair of doubles. Here's the pitch. He'll line out to Bando. And that'll do it, but the Red Sox tack on another 2 runs. And it's 11-4 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. So Milwaukee down to the last 3 outs. Bunny 0 for 3 on the day. Make that 0 for 4 as he grounds out to Burleson to lead off the bottom of the 9th. So fans, not many of the 10,000 fans left here in Milwaukee County Stadium. Maybe about half that, if that. So Banda 0 for 3 up to the plate now. And it's going to be another ground ball to short. Burleson up with it over to Scott. And Milwaukee's down to the last out. So Lezcano 0 for 3 also. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. This should do it. Evans is there. Nice running catch. Oh, but he bobbles it. So Evans missed a little bit over anxious on that one. As Boston commits a second error and Lezcano in scoring position with 2 down now. So that'll bring up Wolford 0 for 3. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So that'll be an unearned run there as Jim Wolford gets an RBI. And the inning continues. So Milwaukee still alive. Hanging on life support, but still alive. Charlie Morrow for 3. Here's the pitch by Campbell. And that's a ground ball to Doyle. Range check on Doyle. Gets to it. Over to Scott. And actually over to second he's going to go. 4-6 on the putout, and that will finally close the books on this game and the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, so let's take a look at the box score here. So the Red Sox make it past the Brewers easily, 11-5 here. Reggie Cleveland gets the win. He's 3-0. Goes 5 innings, allowing 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. Bill Campbell gets his 4th save, going 4 innings, allowing just 3 hits and 1 run, striking out 2. So good relief effort by Campbell there. Moose Haas is the loser. He's 1-3, 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits allowed, 6 runs, all of them earned. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and a solo home run to Fisk. Bob McClure goes 1 2/3, allowing 3 hits, 1 run it was earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. Castro goes an inning, allowing 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Bear goes an inning, allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Walking a batter and allowing a home run to Yastrzemski. And Rodriguez comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, allowing a hit. So the Red Sox with a great offensive performance here. But definitely player of the game is going to be given to Carl Yastrzemski, who goes 4 for 5 with a homer and 5 runs batted in, including a bases clearing double. So Yastrzemski got his average up to 239 now. Comfortably above the Mendoza line and showing great signs of breaking out of his slump. Hobson also had 4 hits today, going 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI, including a triple. And Rick Burleson 3 for 6 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. So all the Red Sox starters except for Scott ended up with at least 1 hit. For the Milwaukee, they managed 8 hits. Robin Yount being their hitting star, going 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, including a triple. Vaughn Joshua also chipped in with 3 hits, 2 runs scored in a losing effort. So that is it from Milwaukee as the Red Sox take their record at 12-5 now. Here's the rest of the So the attendance in the replay was 13,767. So just a little bit more than the actual attendance. So there's the wrap up if you'd like to read that. All right, so let's end the game and look at the standings now. So with the win, the Red Sox improved to 10-6, 3 games ahead of their pace of 7-9 in the actual season. They're a game and a half behind the Milwaukee Brewers, who they ended up, the Baltimore Orioles, who they ended up tying, I believe, both 2.5 games behind in the actual season at 97-64. Yankees struggling a bit. They're 9-9, but I'm sure they'll hang around. Cleveland outperforming at 8-6. In the West, the White Sox off to a good start, as are the Royals, 12-4 and 12-5 respectively, with Kansas City being a half game out of first. Minnesota close by at 12-7, and California 11-9, 3 games out. So that is it. So the Red Sox hang on in game number 16 and beat the Milwaukee Brewers handily. So let's take a look at the Red Sox next opponent. So the Red Sox, let's see here, next game. I think it might be Oakland, but if I remember right, but let's take a look. Yep, so the Red Sox will return home to face the Oakland Athletics in a 3-game series at Fenway. It'll be Fergie Jenkins going up against Doc Ellis. So that's a good pitching matchup there. So thank you for joining me. It's been here from High Ground Gaming, and we'll see you on the next game of the Red Sox 1977 replay. So take care. God bless. If you're watching this around now, Happy New Year. Bye-bye now.